Good morning. Um, so, are you all okay with both the languages, or is there anyone who can't understand Hindi or anything? Is it all right, Shavana?
Yeah, both languages is good. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So today we have come to just ponder over certain things related to food. Food is something which we all uh, understand, and we have read a lot of things about it. We talk about it a lot. We love eating. So before we get into this discussion of healthy eating habits, I would like to know from you all that why now we are talking about this healthy eating. Why now this healthy eating habits? ऐसा क्या चेंज आया है या ऐसा क्या हुआ है जिसमें हमें इस बारे में बात करनी पड़ रही है. Now this terminology, why this terminology is making a very significant uh, discussion point in many forums nowadays, and people want to understand more about it. So can one or two people can just uh, talk about it? क्यों आज हम ये बात.
Yes.
हाँ जी, मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Yes.
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है आशिमा जी. sorry. तो जब तक वो शायद उनका नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है, कोई और बोलना चाहेगा कि कैसे
more awareness and
अवेयरनेस. ओके,
pandemic ने बताया कि जो morbid conditions है. Okay, hold on. Yeah, but give me a second. Okay.
मुझे लगता है उनकी कुछ उसमें दिक्कत है. हम इसको शुरू करते हैं. अगर कोई कुछ और कहने के लिए अभी आपके पास नहीं है, तो आपने ये एक हमारे तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद में ये लिखा है कि अन्नम ही भूतानाम ज्येष्ठम. सो इसका मतलब है कि अन्य यानी फूड ही सब बेस है हमारे सारे वेलबींग के लिए. So from food comes all medicines. That is what we have learned from Upanishads and Vedic scriptures and all of that. लेकिन आज हम इसे क्यों इतना ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट मान रहे हैं, पहले क्यों नहीं था? तो इस बात को हम ऐसे समझ सकते हैं कि जब हमारे साथ जब हम पुराने समय में थे, जिस समय पे हमारे एंसेस्टर्स थे, तो उस समय खाना पीना एक तरीके का होता था, लाइफस्टाइल एक तरीके की होती थी. आजकल के समय में जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजीज आ गई हैं, साइंस ने बहुत बढ़ोतरी कर ली है. देयर इज़ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स which is happening nowadays. So that is leading to this kind of a change in the food patterns. अगर हम देखें हमारे नेचर में, सो जितने भी हर्बीवोरस एनिमल्स हैं, दे नो देयर फूड. दे वेरी वेल नो देयर फूड आर व्हाट फूड दे शुड ईट. सो चाहे काउ है, डियर है, गोट है, हॉर्सेस हैं, दे रियली नो विच फूड टू पिक अप from the nature. Now human beings also used to know earlier which is their food, and that's why there were There was more of health that they used to experience. There used to be more alignment with the nature earlier. शुरू के समय में लोग तड़के मॉर्निंग में उठ जाते थे और रात में जल्दी सो जाते थे. बट नाउ इफ यू सी देयर इज लॉट ऑफ occupational things which has come into play, that people are waking up till late nights, and when they are waking up till late nights they get hungry, and when they get hungry, so then they indulge into snacking or something which is kind of a thing which they just love to eat. So there is something called as couch potatoes concept also, that you are watching a movie and you're eating. So when you are watching a movie, uh, you are doing some media work or you're doing some laptop work and you're eating. That time your sensory organs are not very well active. It can't understand that whether it is really hungry, whether you are full or not. So that kind of a situations really arises and we end up eating more. And therefore this overeating problem is the phenomena of the modern times, is the phenomena of today's times, when people are not really focused, not really in the moment, not really present to what they're doing. And then this eating is now like a habit. Every 2 hours, every some time that we feel like eating something, because we feel that there's something that we need to grab in, just occupying ourselves. But in that process of doing, we are doing a lot of harm to our body, because our body is literally on the move all the time. So when you make any machine work all the time, what happens? It becomes warm, it becomes heated up. It really, after some time, it becomes really inefficient in its functioning. So that is why it is needed that the machine also gets some rest in between. Therefore, we must make a gap between two meals so that body can digest all the food what it has eaten, and then it can really have a gap where it can rest its organ, and then after some time when the hunger develops, then we eat. So as I said, regarding the animals, they know their food, they know what to eat, when to eat, and how much to eat. No doctors, nobody tells them this much you should eat, this is what you should eat, this is the supplement you should eat, or go and eat this kind of a grass, it's good for you. Nothing of that sort happens. So if we also see that nature has given food for human beings also. So what is that food? The food which is ready to eat. That is the food which nature has given for all the human beings. So when we eat fruits, when we eat raw vegetables, when we eat the things which are present in the nature, and with little cooking that we are eating, that is what will give us health. Something which we are eating with lot of condiments, with lot of spices, with lot of overcooking, that makes the food a dead food. And that food is not usable by body in a much efficient manner. And that is why we say, if we adopt or adapt to the plant products, they are congenial to the blood chemistry of human beings, and they are classified as food for human beings. But there are many theories attached to that. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying this: there are many foods. No food is a bad food. All foods are good foods. Only there are better foods. There are better foods in terms of how much a body can digest, how much a machine can function to its best of capability for a longer period of time. So this is the only thing. Otherwise, there are people who have different food habits. They are eating well, they are living longer, they that is something on a different ground. But so the body types also differs. That's a very different area. In Ayurveda, they talk about it, but in nature cure, we also say that, certain bodies are not able to digest food properly. Certain bodies are able to digest food properly, right? So it is based on the accumulation of toxins inside your body. So when the toxins are there in your body, obviously the assimilation will not happen properly, and which also indicates that elimination by the body has not been proper. So that all needs to be taken care of if we want to experience good health. And in nature cure, we say there is nothing called as disease. So that is something we can discuss it later on. What is a disease and how disease are linked with eating habits and all of that, and how we can reverse the disease with a change in lifestyle. We can take it up in future sessions. So now I also would like you to ponder over, you know, uh, man as an intelligent breed and man as a greedy breed. Now, what is happening? Wherever we are seeing more food, we really indulge into that. There are a lot of types of eating. There is a social eating, there is an emotional eating, there is a eating based on hunger, there is a need based eating. All of that is true, but sometimes man becomes greedy to eat. Sometimes you go in a party, है ना, तो वहां पे आजकल क्या सिस्टम होता है, there is a buffet system, there is a good spread that you see. That good spread attracts, and it's something unconsciously we get indulged into that kind of eating. Now that variety is so much in front of you that no matter what you try, still you end up eating more. And so this is a change which has happened in the society nowadays. Earlier, we remember in marriages or any kind of a functions, limited things used to be made and people used to sit on the ground and eat it and have it, and people used to serve it and like that. So the serving also has a very important role to play, how you serve and how you receive it and eat it. And they used to eat with hands, and your fingers have certain nerves, which when you eat it, the digestion really becomes better, right? And it's not that always that we used to eat at that time. It was kind of a brunch that used to happen. People used to complete all their works in the morning, and then they used to sit and have. There was no concept of breakfast. This breakfast is a Western concept, and this Western concept has also brought into this idea that eat every 2 hours, eat every 3 hours. That's so unhealthy. You are making your system busy all the time. So who is an intelligent man? An intelligent man is one which uses his wisdom to decide what to eat, what not to eat, how much to eat and how much not to eat. Do not eat more than what your capacity is. And body always tells us, stop, stop, but we sometimes don't listen to that. So that wisdom in our body is already there. That intelligence in our body is already there. It's just that we don't listen to it because we are a little bit occupied with a lot of things in our daily lives now. We are too busy. Mentally, we are busy. Physically, we are busy. So these small indications by body, we are not able to listen to it properly. So this is the need of the hour, that we start listening to our voice of organism, what it is trying to tell you. Are you full? Are you really hungry? Do you really need something? So that all answers are lying within you. When you are in silence, then you know it, you hear it. So पुराने ज़माने में एक प्रथा होती थी, बहुत पुराने ज़माने में, अभी भी कई लोग इसको करते हैं कि खाने से पहले प्रेयर करने की. They close their eyes, they thanks, the food which is there on the table. They give this kind of a gratitude prayer, which we say. It's not that it is some kind of a ritual or some kind of a religious matter. In that process of doing a prayer, what is actually happening? Your mind is becoming calm. Your mind is becoming cool. Whatever stress, anxiety you have, you try to give it away, and then you become centered. And that is the moment when we eat, the food is good for your body. So whenever you are in stress, whenever you are in anger, whenever you're feeling very uh, very something bad has happened in your the whole day, and you're thinking a lot on that, and you're not feeling good about it, you're anxious, you're worried, or whatever, do not eat at that time, because the digestion process will not be um, at its efficiency level. It's better to delay the eating at that time. Calm yourself down, drink a little sip of water, and do a little bit meditation, and then come back to eating. Now you may think, why these kind of things is necessary? Eating is just eating, body needs it. It's a fuel, eat it, that's it, go for it. So body needs this fuel to run in itself, but if we are not very wise enough to give it in a proper manner, then that food is not used by our body. And then you see a lot of problems coming in. People have constipation, people have other kinds of problem, like chronic problems nowadays coming. So those all problems starts coming to surface because we don't know how to eat. We don't know what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. So these are very important aspects. So if we improve on our eating aspect only, okay, you eat whatever food you want to eat, maybe, but chew it very, very well. You chew it to an extent that it becomes so much fragmented, it's so much diluted with your saliva that it really becomes, body to, body can use it properly. So chew it well. And the first process of digestion starts from the mouth. And people are in a hurry or they're watching TV, so they don't realize that they are not doing chewing properly. It is said that we must, chew any food for 32 times. It seems very long. But once you get into this habit, you start enjoying the taste, you start, the overeating will never happen. You will feel satiated, you feel satisfied after eating. Otherwise, what happens that usually we, when we eat like this, we overeat and we are not satisfied. And most of the times we feel bloated afterwards. Our stomach becomes completely full, So those kinds of things has to be watched. Now, when to eat? This is another important question. When to eat? When we are hungry. Not that the clock strikes 1 and we need to have our lunch. This is a Western concept. This is a concept which has come later on. Always in the Indian system, it was always when, person used to feel hungry, the food was given, the food was made, and they used to eat it. In the earlier times, if you go back and if you talk to your nani, dadi, or your ancestors, if you hear some stories, there was only homemade food that they used to eat. There was no bread, butter, biscuits, any kind of a fast foods, any kind of packaged foods. All these fast foods, all these McDonald's, this kind of Domino's, pizzas, and all of that has come because people are busy. There has to be given a fast food. Now, this culture of fast food in itself tells us the fast pace of life human beings are into. And the more we are into this fast pace of life, we are forgetting, being with the nature. And that's why we have a lot of diseases. And the diseases are not stopping. Diseases are increasing with number of years, passing by. Earlier, they were few. In your childhood, it might be few. Now it has increased. In the times to come, it will increase with lot many names. Because food is not healthier. The food industry, which is giving us food, is not a healthy food. And the health industry, which talks about health, doesn't know what health they should tell people to have. So there is not a alignment to that. So what should we eat? What is the food for human beings? The food which has water, fiber, and life. Anything which doesn't have water, fiber, or life is a dead food. So you think over which food are you eating and what is it gonna do to your body? A carrot versus a a carrot or a biscuit. You very well know which has water, fiber, and life. An apple and a real juice of apple, which we get it in the market. And people drink it because it's said that it is a healthy drink. But we need to be wise. That's what I said in the starting. Are we an intelligent human being? We want to be an intelligent human being with full of wisdom, or we just want to follow what market is telling us to follow? Because market is based on this idea of fear and greed. It is based on that idea of fear and greed. They will always tell you, do this, otherwise this will happen to you. Okay, they will give you a lot of marketing mantras and then they will make you eat a lot of things, which in a way you are not eating it. But in advertisement, they will show you in such a nicer way with some celebrity talking about it. This Complan, Bonvita, this biscuits, cookies, Maggie, So all those things are not justifiable for human beings to experience health. So health is a concept which we can take charge of at any point in our lives. Whatever has happened has happened. But once you take charge of your life, once you know what to eat, so I was on what to eat. So once you know all of this, you really take charge of your life. So let's think a little bit on what to eat. So anything which has water, fiber, and life, as I said, which includes fruits, vegetables, and to some extent these grains and nuts and seeds, when we soak it in the water, it starts to have a life in that, because now water is there in it. So that moment of time, it becomes more healthier. So then that food is good for ourselves. Now, one important fact I want to give you, that whatever cells you have, yesterday or 1 week before or 1 month before or 1 year back, is not same cells that you're carrying it every time in your life. It changes. It replenishes, body replenishes it. So the kind of food you're going to give, you're going to make that kind of cells in your body. If you're going to eat healthy food, your cells will be healthier. If you're going to eat more of junk food, packaged food, your cells will be in a similar form. So with age, we start to complain about lethargy, tiredness, no energy levels. But if a person who is following a natural lifestyle, a person who is aligned to the nature, never have this kind of a complaint, because energy levels and all of this kind of an attributes are not linked to age. So my mentor, Dr. Arun Sharma, he's 82 years old and he goes for his running. 15 minutes of running he does his push-ups, sit-ups, Still in this age, he's very active. He's involved in so many courses. He gives so many lectures. He's involved, he's busy, he's energetic. So age has nothing to do with health. In animal kingdom, if you see, all the animals die of their age when the age comes, when your vitality is fully exhausted and the time comes and we leave our body. That is the natural phenomena that happens. But nowadays people are dying at the age of 40 due to heart strokes, due to higher BP levels or hypertension. Small children are having diabetes and other kind of an issues. Why? Because since the childhood time, we are offering children packaged food. Bread has come into our food, breakfast. 7 days time of, it is given for 7 days, it will not go bad. Can you imagine why it is not going bad? You keep roti for 2-3 days, see what happens to that roti. But it doesn't go bad. Any packaged food doesn't go bad for so many months and years. And we are not applying our wisdom there. That wisdom has to be applied. It's the high time. It's needed for all human beings to survive. Why in the corona times the survival became an issue? Why everybody was so worried and fearful? It was always said, do this, do that, but nobody talked about, there were many people, they start talking about the role of exercise and good food and healthy food. Now people are coming back to this, which is a positive move. But it is the need of our that we become more wiser now. We start to question. We don't just because somebody is saying, some authority is saying, or some media is saying, we start believing that, we start taking that protein X or something like that. People are having so much of it, and then they don't know what happens in their bodies with that, how body has to process it, how body has to really make use of it. You're not very much well aware of that point. So food is a very detailed concept. It is needed, for everyone. That is why we need to really give a lot of thought on this. And the more you are feeling healthier, the more you will be independent, the more you will be creative, you will be more innovative if your health is in your hands. तो कुछ कोई कई हम कहते हैं ना कि अगर जान है तो जहान है, हम अगर जिंदा हैं तो सब कुछ है, हमारी अगर सेहत हमारे हाथ में है तो सब कुछ है। एक बार कोई भी इंसान बेड पे आ जाता है तो उसको लगता है मेरा सारा मनी ले लो, मेरी सारी वेल्थ ले लो, मुझे हेल्थ दे दो, मुझे चलने को दे दो किसी तरीके से। उनके लिए कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए उस समय पे उनको। लेकिन अगर हम देखें हमारा यूथ या हमारा मिडिल एज, we are just running behind our work and work and work, and at that moment we are not caring about what we are eating. We are just grabbing it, eating it and going ahead, because we feel work is more important than eating. Work is important, और आपकी बॉडी, आप जो भी दे रहे हो अपनी बॉडी को, जो भी अंदर डाल रहे हो, वो एडजस्ट करती रहेगी, बट बियॉन्ड अ पॉइंट एक टाइम आएगा वो कहेगी इनफ, नाउ गिव मी अ ब्रेक, I can't do it. So then you realize, okay, now then you get a wake up call. And sometimes this wake up call is necessary also. कभी कभी लेट हो जाती है उस wake up call में, तो उसमें हमें ज़्यादा नुकसान हो जाते हैं। लेकिन हम अगर ये एजुकेशन आज से ले रहे हैं और हम ये देख रहे हैं कि हम फूड को भी माइंडफुल ईटिंग करें, क्या खा रहे हैं, कैसे खा रहे हैं, उसको ध्यान रखें, then we can really take charge of our life in terms of health. So just question this thing, analyze that, do we live to eat or eat to live? अगर हमें जिंदा रहने के लिए आपको खाना है या खाने के लिए जिंदा रहना है, in either ways in either ways, you have to be mindful. But basically, in my opinion, it is that eating is necessary for us to live, not that eating is for eating that we are living. हमें क्योंकि हर एक हमारे उपनिषदों में और वैदिक टेक्स्ट में तो ये लिखा है कि हर व्यक्ति अपना जितना अन्न है वो लेके आया है, दाने दाने पे खाने वाले का नाम लिखा है, ऐसा कहते हैं. It has a very deeper meaning to that. Once your quota is finished from this world to eat, you are done. So it is not to hurry or not to have any greed that we have to eat this also, that also. I will miss out if I will not eat this thing. And we indulge in a lot of eating. So once you feel satisfied, stop there. The body tells you. And always eat a little lesser than what you are hungry, so that body can really have some churning. वो अपना जो assimilation और churning करनी होती है, disintegration करना होता है, वो आसानी से कर पाए और आपको एक्टिव लगेगा. लेकिन अगर आप फुल हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा स्टफी हो जाते हैं, then you feel very bloated and also very little laid back, lazy. So we have talked about what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat. How to eat is like be calmer, be very centered, do not be in any anxiety at that time, and eat slow, chew it well, take small portions and eat it. And then how much to eat is like when the body says, okay, enough, stop there. So when we follow these 4 rules, you will start feeling results in your body. In this only you will start feeling the results. You'll have a feeling of lightness in your body. Because body will tell you, I'm happy. I'll just check the timings. Yeah. Because I want to open the forum for questions also. So do not eat in a worry. And if you have eaten some very heavy meals last evening or maybe somewhere in the afternoon, you can skip the next meal so that body has enough time to process it and digest it well, and you feel next day again energetic. And also there are certain things that we need to keep in mind, that while we are walking and eating, that's not a good habit. That's not a good way of eating. While walking and eating, while slouching, lying down and then eating, or watching TV, or being on phone and eating. Okay, and doing the work and eating. Like people have this habit of keeping the laptop and eating, snacking in between. That's a very bad idea. So never ever do that, because it will disturb your digestion process. And eating hastily, jaldi khana is also a very bad habit. So in our ancient times, even in my house, I practice this many times. कि नीचे बैठ के आलती पालती मार के cross your legs and then eat. So this way your body also tells you that this is how, by when you can stop it. लेकिन जब आप डाइनिंग टेबल पे होते हो तो आप उतने अवेयर नहीं होते हो. तो there is a certain posture, there is a certain way, beyond a point you will not eat. And this is a very good practice also, to eat it in this manner. Okay, so that you can see yourself and you see that whether there is any difference eating that way or not. So eat in the right quantity will really give you a sense of healthy life, and it will save your body's energy to unnecessarily indulge in a lot of this processing this food, and you can have a very healthy and peaceful life. So now I would like to open the forum for questions. If you have any questions, please let me know. Are there any questions? So questions are not there in two situations. When we have understood everything really, really well, or we are still pondering over, we are just still thinking over. So
हेलो
yes,
हाँ जी मैं बाहर वॉक पे हूँ तो इस करके मेरा वॉइस का ब्रेकिंग हो रही है, लेकिन पहले तो आपको कॉम्प्लीमेंट देना है, इतना अच्छा सेशन रहा, इतना अच्छा सब कुछ आपने बहुत अच्छा बताया। एक यहाँ ऐड करना है कि कुछ चीजें बियॉन्ड आर कंट्रोल हैं, जो हम आटा लाते हैं, जो हम चीजें लाते हैं, जो दाल लाते हैं, ये सारी चीजें, गेहूं है, खाना है, कुछ भी चाहे हम चक्की का लाएं, पर पीछे से कैसे आ रहा है, जीएमओज हैं, वहां हमारा कंट्रोल नहीं है। हम उसको वॉश भी नहीं कर सकते, क्लीन भी नहीं, बिल्ट इन है। एंड हम लोग इस समय लाइक एक टाइप के विक्टिम एंड वो हो गए, कमोडिटी हो गए हैं मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी के लिए। एंड यहाँ मुझे हमारा कंट्रोल कितना कम है, और ये चीजें हमें खानी खानी है, हमारे डाइट प्लान में ही है और हमारे हैबिट्स में भी है, और ऐसे ही हम लोग के, तो यहाँ समटाइम्स हेल्पलेसनेस भी है। तो बस यही बोलना था, पर बहुत अच्छा सेशन, रियली एंजॉयड, पूरा सुना।
thank you for bringing this up. But I would like to have, uh, uh, I want you to reflect on one point. Something which are not in our control is not in our control. We understand that. But having said that, we also can understand that things which are not in our control can really have some way out, some choices that we can really make, that we can make it for our betterment. Like for instance, now there is something called as organic cultivation, natural farming, which is coming up in a big way now. I totally understand, again, a market thing coming, and we can't be sure of what is happening there. But that is the search we can do it for our times to come. Like, for instance, I do that search, my husband does that search. We have really found out people who are into this kind of a thing, and we know them. And there is a concept called as know your farmer. It's better to know your farmer, how do they cultivate, and talk to them and see, what, from where they are coming from. Sometimes they use pesticides and insecticide because they want to, make more production happen for them so that they get earning for themselves. But when we give this assurance to that farmer that, you make the things or produce the things, in a pesticide free manner, and you will get a market for that, you will get people buying that for you. And if one can help in that direction, then you start having that kind of a food in your plate also. And there are many people who are doing that, and I know that I can't name that right away, but you can find out yourself that there are many people who are indulged. And there is another very positive way that you can start doing, is that start cultivating your food. you know Take a patch of land, or maybe in your balcony there is a lot of kitchen gardening, there is a lot of even I started few things in my balcony. Certain things you can do it at home, and you know what you are sowing. You are not using pesticide, you are using all organic and natural, composting and everything. Start from there. And there are people now who are taking lands and cultivating it, few families coming together, and they're cultivating, and then they're utilizing that, produce among themselves. So now, this times, like you said, helplessness is there and we don't know what to do. Now this time, maybe it's a very, some these times are not in our control maybe, but this time also gives us opportunity to think out of the box. It also tells us to be creative. It also tells us to you know be more intelligent enough to come out with certain ideas which, brings us back to the nature. And that's possible. So one thing is that where we can proactively work towards it. Second important thing, which we have already discussed in the lecture, is chew your food well. So, if even if you've had something very bad, like to the extent that it is creating a food poisoning, if you chew your food well, it will not have a negative effect on your body. Because body, when you chew it well, the sensory organs in your mouth will immediately give you an indication, will immediately tell you, stop. आपको कड़वा लग जाएगा या आपको कुछ उसका टेस्ट डिफरेंट लगने लग जाएगा, and the body will throw that out. But when we are not mindful about it, when we are eating very fast, when we are not eating with awareness, when we are not just eating, we are not doing just eating, that time all these problems comes. So even the food poisoning cannot have a bad effect on your body if you are eating mindfully and chewing your food well. The body has the capacity to throw it out in no time, through vomiting, through loose motions, through excess sweating, whatever. So that's a different science behind it. Okay. So thank you for this question. This is a much needed question for this hour, for this today's context, that we have to become oversensitive to these ideas, but do not give in. Do not give in with these things. Think about it, because you are sensitive. That's why you got this thing and you are feeling for it. Now the need of the hour is to bring this forth to other people and bring about this change for everyone to experience. And with little steps, with small steps, with one step, one at a time, we can bring a change for times to come.
Morning. What do you eat for breakfast? Let's hear that.
Yeah, so I eat fruits in the breakfast. I eat only fruits in the breakfast, and not only me, my entire family eat fruits in the breakfast.
So can you mix fruits? Means can you have no? So you have one fruit and then after a little time you have another fruit. How do you do that?
No. So we encourage for mono fruit eating. We say sit for your breakfast, have one kind of a fruit in your breakfast, and just eat it well, how much you want to eat. But eat it mindfully and chew your food well, not in a hurry. So when we are in a hurry for office or for school, we are just eating fast. So take out time for your eating purpose also. So when I eat only watermelon, I eat only papaya, I eat only muskmelon, I eat only mangoes. So when I eat, a good quantity for myself till I feel satisfied. Or bananas, anything, whatever is in season. This is not an apple season. So if you think apple will give you health, it will not, because it is not in season. It is a cold storage thing which is coming on your plate. So it will definitely will not give you health. So eat only what is coming in the season.
So cheaper fruits. How about pomegranate?
It is cheaper also because it is in season. So it's cheaper. Yes.
Is pomegranate in season?
So pomegranate, because I eat very rarely this fruit. Sometimes I eat. So I am not sure what season it is, but I have a way to assess whether this particular thing is in season or not. One thing is price. If the price is high, very high, it is not in season. Second, the sweetness, and the urge by the body. The body will start feeling like, I don't feel like having bananas these days, but my body asks for mangoes. The mangoes is like I can eat whole day mangoes, and I'm never satisfied with mango because the body tells me that I want mangoes. But in the winters, when the mango, will come in your thought, you will not feel like having mangoes at that time. Because body really tells you at what moment, at what point in time, it needs something. So pomegranate, maybe you can look into this thing. What is their season? What is the harvesting season? At what time it is done?
हेलो
Yeah.
मैडम आप बोल रहे हैं कि मतलब हंग्री हो तभी खाने का, कभी बोलता है टाइम से खाने का, डेली जैसे 1 बजे खाते हैं तो 1 बजे खाने का,
राइट.
वो क्या चीज है?
वो चीज जो है वो मेडिकल कॉन्सेप्ट है. सो मेडिकल में ये कहते हैं कि आप लोग जो है हर 2 घंटे में, जैसे डायबिटिक पीपल को बोलते हैं हर 2 घंटे में खाना खा लीजिए, आपका शुगर कम हो जाएगा। हमारे नेचर क्योर में हम बिना मेडिसिन के काम करते हैं। नेचर क्योर इज अ नेचुरल हेल्थ साइंस। सो इसमें हम ये कहते हैं भूख लगने पे ही खाओ, क्योंकि जब हमें भूख लगती है और हम तब खाते हैं तो हमारा जो डाइजेस्टिव जूसेस होते हैं वो सिक्रीट होते हैं ऑन इट्स ओन नेचुरली, जो कि नीडेड है किसी भी फूड को डाइजेस्ट करने में। कोई भी फूड तभी यूजफुल होता है, तभी यूज होता है बॉडी में जब वो प्रॉपरली डाइजेस्ट होता है। कोई भी आप हेल्दी से हेल्दी फूड खा लीजिए, अगर बॉडी आपका डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है तो वो हेल्दी फूड भी आपको कोई भी फायदा नहीं देगा। तो बॉडी का डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम ही है जो कि डिसाइड करता है कि हम हमारे बॉडी जो खाना यूज कर पा रही है कि नहीं यूज कर पा रही है, हम हेल्दी फील कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए अगर आप टाइम से देखते हो, भूख लगी नहीं, डाइजेस्टिव जूसेस सिक्रीट हुए नहीं, सलाइवा जनरेट हुआ नहीं, तो डाइजेशन कैसे? फर्स्ट प्रोसेस ऑफ डाइजेशन स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम माउथ। डाइजेस्टिव फायर बोलते हैं ना, अग्नि, क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
जठर जठर
जठर।
अग्नि।
जी जी। तो उसी की वजह से ही तो हमारा अंदर डाइजेशन होता है ना। तभी तो जो हमने खाना खाया अंदर, अब जो भी हम खाना खाते हैं, चाहे हम रोटी खाएं, चावल खाएं, फ्रूट्स खाएं, कोई भी खाना को वो तोड़ के वो सीधे ब्लड में ही मिक्स होना है। वहाँ ऐसे नहीं होता कि ब्रेड अलग है, रोटी अलग है, फ्रूट अलग है, सब्जी अलग है। सब ने ब्रेक डाउन होकर के सेम ब्लड की फॉर्म में ही आना है, जो कि बॉडी उसको उस फॉर्म में ही यूज करेगी ग्लूकोज के लेवल पे।
मतलब जो स्वस्थ आदमी है उसको हंगरी होने पे ही खाना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल। और स्वस्थ स्वस्थ होने की निशानी भी वही है कि जब आपको भूख लग रही है और आप तब खा रहे हैं। अगर आपको रियल भूख नहीं लग रही है, अब जैसे रियल भूख और एक आर्टिफिशियल भूख होती है। आर्टिफिशियल भूख क्या होती है कि मेरे को ना आज आलू के पराठे खाने का मन है, भूख लगी है, आलू के पराठे बना दो, गोभी के पराठे बना दें, पकौड़े बना दो, भूख लग गई है। और अगर उसी समय में कहूँ आइए मैं आपको ये सलाद देती हूँ, क्यूकम्बर सैलेड, है ना, समर्स आ गए, क्यूकम्बर सैलेड, ठंडे ठंडे क्यूकम्बर सैलेड आपको देती हूँ। नहीं नहीं, अभी ये खाने का मन नहीं है, वो खाना है। सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज आर्टिफिशियल भूख, क्योंकि वो भूख इज ड्रिवन बाय योर टेस्ट बड्स, जो नमक से, स्पाइसेस से, मिर्ची से हम उसको भूख का नाम दे रहे हैं और खाना खा रहे हैं। रियल भूख वो होती है जिसमें कि आपको अगर हम नेचुरल फूड देंगे तो आपको टेस्टी लगेगा। आपको क्यूकम्बर बहुत टेस्टी लगेगा अगर आप रियल भूख में हैं तो। आपको सैलेड, कच्ची सब्जियां बहुत टेस्टी लगेंगी। लेकिन हम भूलते जा रहे हैं ये टेस्ट, क्योंकि हमारे सारे टेस्ट जो है वो बदलते जा रहे हैं। हर चीज़ में हम चाट मसाला डाल रहे हैं, हम फ्रूट्स में नमक डाल रहे हैं, ब्लैक सॉल्ट, हम सैलेड में सॉल्ट डाल रहे हैं। तो हमें किसका स्वाद आ रहा है? हमें सिर्फ सॉल्ट का स्वाद आ रहा है, हमें सिर्फ उसका स्वाद आ रहा है चाट मसाले का, या हम ड्रेसिंग्स देते हैं ऑलिव ऑयल की, हनी की, या लेमन की, तो हमें सिर्फ वो टेस्ट आ रहे हैं। द रियल टेस्ट ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स वी डोंट इवन नो दैट इट्स सो टेस्टी, एंड दैट इज व्हाट आवर बॉडी नीड्स। जैसे हर हर एनिमल को पता है ना उसको क्या खाना है, हमारे बॉडी को भी पता है कहाँ सो मैंने आपको आंसर किया।
अच्छा मैडम, चाय के बारे में क्या बोलेंगे, पीना चाहिए नहीं पीना चाहिए?
अच्छा, आप मुझे पहले आंसर कीजिए कि आप चाय क्यों पीते हैं? चाय पीने की वजह क्या है?
और दिमाग थोड़ा ठीक रहता है।
दिमाग ठीक रहता है, और
वो बचपन से ही आदत है।
आदत है, और
अच्छा लगता है बस।
अच्छा लगता है किस सेंस में? मतलब आदत में ही आ गया। और भी हैं, आप एक दो और नहीं बोल रहे हैं। कई लोग होते हैं जो सुबह उठते ही कहते हैं चाय दे दो, शाम को उठते ही अब चाय का समय हो गया, चाय दे दो। क्यों मांगते हो चाय? एक तो आदत हो गई,
और तो ये थोड़ा क्या बोले अभी, बस वही चीज है वो।
कई बार कुछ लोगों को थकान लगती है तो भी वो कहते हैं चाय दे दो।
नहीं वैसा नहीं है।
कई लोगों के लिए है, आपके लिए नहीं होगा। लेकिन ये जो आदत है, आदत चेंज हो सकती है। इसका मतलब हम आदत की वजह से पी रहे हैं। तो चाय कॉफी इज नॉट गुड फॉर आवर बॉडी, क्योंकि वो एक तरीके से हमारे भूख को खत्म कर देती है। हमारे को ऐसा लगता है कि हमें एनर्जी आई या हमें काम करने के लिए एक्टिवनेस आई, दिमाग को अच्छा लगा, लेकिन वो टेम्पररी होता है। तो अगर उसकी जगह अगर हम अपनी ओवरऑल हेल्थ इम्प्रूव कर लें तो चाय की महसूस ही नहीं होगी कि आपको ज़रूरत है। अब मैं जब 6-7 साल पहले मैं खूब चाय पीती थी, क्योंकि आदत बन गई थी। ऑफिस जा रहे हैं तो सारे लोग बैठ के चाय पी रहे हैं तो हम भी चाय पी रहे हैं। तो सोशल रिक्वायरमेंट भी कई बार हो जाती है, सब पी रहे हैं तो हमें भी पीना है, हमें भी बात करनी है, तो सोशल रीजंस भी हो जाते हैं कई बार, अनअवॉइडेबल। लेकिन जब से मैं नेचुरल ईटिंग में, नेचुरल हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल में आई, नीड ही नहीं है बॉडी की। मुझे फील ही नहीं होता कि मुझे चाय पीनी चाहिए, क्योंकि चाय मुझे कुछ ऐसा देती नहीं है जो मुझे ज़रूरत है। तो ज़रूरत आपको कुछ लग रही होगी तभी आप चाय, एक आदत हो सकती है, वो आदत को हम ब्रेक कर सकते हैं विथ टाइम, ग्रेजुअली और धीरे धीरे करके, और उसको हम हटा सकते हैं अपने लाइफस्टाइल से, बिकॉज इट इज़ नीडेड। एटलीस्ट मॉर्निंग में तो बिल्कुल हटा देना चाहिए स्ट्रेट अवे। शाम को आप थोड़ा कभी पी रहे हैं तो हम रेकमेंड नहीं करते, बट ग्रेजुअल अगर आपको करना है तो मॉर्निंग में हटा दीजिए। फ्रूट्स खाइए, फुल ऑफ एनर्जी आपको महसूस होगी।
What food to eat for iron intake?
फ्रूट, एक मिनट मैडम, फ्रूट आपने कहा एक ही फ्रूट खाना एट ए टाइम या मिक्स फ्रूट खा सकते हैं, या जैसे पपाया है आज का सीजन है और वो है तरबूज है?
No, so we don't mix fruits, and because all fruits have a different kind of compositions. जैसे वाटरमेलन में 90% के करीब
Water.
पानी होता है, राइट? पपाया में उतना पानी नहीं होता है। तो हमें हर फ्रूट को अलग खाना चाहिए, जिससे कि वो अपने आप में, क्योंकि वो प्री डाइजेस्टेड फूड्स होते हैं। सो नाउ व्हेन वी ईट दैट वे, देन वी डाइजेस्ट दैट फूड very quickly, and we feel very fresh, energetic and light afterwards. और आप अगर आप हेवी फूड खाते हो तो उस चीज़ में आपको डिफरेंट महसूस होता है। ठीक है।
और कहते हैं जैसे बादाम और अखरोट खाने चाहिए।
हाँ, खाने चाहिए, बट भिगो के खाने चाहिए।
हाँ, भिगो के।
हाँ, भिगो के खाने चाहिए और लिमिटेड खाने चाहिए। अब जैसे कई लोग होते हैं बहुत सारा खाते हैं और बिना चबाए हुए खा लेते हैं, तो वो ठीक नहीं है। It's better that we eat it, chew it well, and 10 to 12 बादाम is enough. ओके, और भिगो के खाइए। और अगर उसका आप बादाम का दूध बना लें तो, क्योंकि हम लोग तो डेयरी मिल्क और डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स को भी मना करते हैं, so in that case you can have your almond milk, you can make peanut curds and all of that. That's very plant based thing, and that gives you a lot of lightness in your body and feeling of goodness.
थैंक यू।
So
मतलब ये ठंडा ठंडा खाना रहता है तो उसको ओवन में गर्म कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, देखिए आपको मेरे ख्याल से जहाँ पे भी ना हम लोग कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं ना, जैसे आपको डाउट हो रहा है कि हम कर सकते हैं नहीं कर सकते, आप वही समझ जाइए कि आपको ऑलरेडी पता है कि क्या करना चाहिए। ये जो अवन है, ये जितने भी चीज़ें आई हैं, रेफ्रिजरेटर है, इन्होंने क्या किया, इन्होंने फूड की एक लॉन्जेविटी बढ़ाने की कोशिश की। आपने सुबह का रखा हुआ खाना रात में खा रहे हैं, फ्रेश खाना नहीं है वो। पहले ज़माने में ये चीज़ें नहीं होती थी, लोग उसी समय बनाते थे, खाते थे और फिनिश करते थे, फिर दोबारा बनाते थे और खाते थे और फिनिश करते थे। एनिमल किंगडम में भी यही होता है। लेकिन अवन आ गया, और अवन इज़ लाइक इट्स अ वेरी वेरी मतलब बैड फॉर हेल्थ। बहुत सारे कैंसरस सेल्स जो हैं उससे पनपते हैं हमारे बॉडी के अंदर। वो तो हमें बिल्कुल छोड़ देना चाहिए। टू सम एक्सटेंट ओटीजी वी कैन यूज़, क्योंकि उसमें बेकिंग है, आजकल के ज़माने में बेकिंग और समथिंग्स वी वांट टू मेक इट, सो दैट्स फाइन। But oven, microwave oven is very, very bad. Stop it right away. और खाना तो बार बार गर्म ही नहीं करना चाहिए। आपने सुबह बनाया, उसको रखा हुआ, उसको बार बार गर्म करने से आपके न्यूट्रिएंट्स खत्म होते हैं। कोई भी चीज़ को आप बार बार गर्म करेंगे तो उसके जितने भी तत्व होंगे वो खत्म होने लगेंगे ना। फिर अल्टीमेटली जो आप खाना खा रहे हैं उसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं, फिर तो सिर्फ पेट भर रहा है, न्यूट्रिएंट्स तो कुछ मिल नहीं रहे। सो वी हैव टू बी रियली कॉशियस ऑफ दैट फैक्ट कि अगर खाना सुबह बन गया है तो आप टिफिन में लेके गए हैं तो उसको कोई ओवन में करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। उसको गर्मी में तो करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं होती। ठंड में अगर आप बहुत अच्छे से च्यू करते हैं तो खाना, ये टेम्परेचर हमारे माउथ में चेंज होता है फिर विद द हेल्प ऑफ च्यूइंग। नाउ गर्मियाँ आ गई हैं, गर्मियों में आप खूब फ्रूट्स खाइए, खूब वेजिटेबल्स खाइए, इसमें खूब पानी होता है, डिहाइड्रेशन नहीं होगा कभी भी आपको। हम क्या करते हैं, हम खाना बहुत स्पाइसी नमक वाला खा रहे हैं और फिर ऊपर से बहुत पानी पी रहे हैं। नाउ दैट मेक्स अस वेरी अनहेल्दी। क्योंकि एक तो आप ये स्पाइसी, क्योंकि स्पाइसेस खाएंगे, सॉल्ट को कुक करके खाएंगे, ज़्यादा सॉल्ट खाएंगे तो पानी की ज़्यादा डिमांड होगी बॉडी की, ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा आप पानी पिएंगे। सो बॉडी नीड्स नेचुरल वाटर्स, एंड व्हाट इज नेचुरल वाटर? The water which is present in fruits and vegetables. So when you eat that, you feel fresh the whole day. You will never catch heat wave. कभी भी लू नहीं लगेगी आपको, कोई हीट स्ट्रोक नहीं होगा आपको, अगर आप ये फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स खूब खाते हैं तो। और इस समय पे नट्स एंड सीड्स थोड़ा अवॉइड करने चाहिए, बट अगर खाने भी हैं तो थोड़ी मात्रा में एंड भिगो के खाने चाहिए।
तुलिका जी, बहुत अच्छी बात कही आपने कि ठंडा खाना अपने मुंह में जाके गर्म हो जाता है। इट्स डन नाउ, अब से हम गर्म नहीं करेंगे।
थैंक यू।
एंड जो भी बातें आपने कही हैं, डोंट फील बैड, जानते हुए भी हम चलते चले जा रहे हैं लेकिन फिर भी कर लेते हैं।
या
और एक बात मैं और पूछना चाहूंगी, जैसे आप कहते हो कि मैं सिर्फ फ्रूट खाती हूँ नाश्ते में, क्या आपको भूख लगती है उस समय?
तो
भूख से खाते हैं
हाँ,
या नाश्ते का टाइम हो गया तो खा लिया?
नहीं 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 नहीं, भूख से खाते हैं। जैसे सुबह मैं उठती हूँ, अपने सारे एक्सरसाइजेस वगैरह करती हूँ, जैसे अभी तक मैंने ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं किया है, राइट?
जी
तो भूख लगने देते हैं हम। हाँ, कई बार क्या होता है, जैसे हमें ऑफिस जाना है, राइट? अब उस ऑफिस जाने के समय में आपको जाते ही मुझे क्लास लेनी है, मैं एक टीचर भी हूँ कॉलेज में। अ, तो वहाँ पे आपको सीधे क्लास में जाके पढ़ाना है। तो
जी
उस सिचुएशन में कई बार हमें कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी करनी पड़ती हैं जो कि एक रूटीन, एक स्ट्रक्चर देना पड़ता है लाइफ को भी, है ना? सो वो स्ट्रक्चर में अब मैं फ्रूट्स खा रही हूँ, सो ऑब्वियसली इट इज़ लाइटर इन नेचर, सो इट विल नॉट डू हार्म टू माई बॉडी, you know, it will not make me feel very heavy on my stomach, so I can, go and eat at a certain time before my leaving from my house, and then go and take my class, right? अगर मुझे एकदम बीच में भूख लगती है तो मैं नहीं बोल सकती ना बच्चों को कि अच्छा अब मुझे भूख लग गई, मुझे खाना खाना है। That's
जी
not
जी
practical. So certain things we have to do it as per the, the the life in which we are. We are into a city life, we are working, we have a lot of other things to do.
कन्ना भी कुछ पूछना है वो पूछ ले।
चीजों को हम कर सकते हैं, जो बेस्ट कर सकते हैं वो कर लेना चाहिए हमें,
राइट।
राइट?
Thank you so much.
He's asking about iron content. Which are the food with iron content?
Yeah, so
And if
I
one
think,
is anemic, one should be having.
yeah, so in nature cure we do not go by these demarcations or these things, कि आयरन किस में है, आयरन किस में नहीं है, उसको नहीं खाना। हर फूड में सारे एलिमेंट्स मिलते हैं, सब तरीके की मिनरल्स, सब तरीके की विटामिन्स। फ्रूट्स उठाइए, उसमें सब कुछ है। हाँ, उसमें प्रोपोर्शन ऊपर नीचे होता है। तो ये जो चीज़ें होती हैं ना, कैलोरीज, आयरन, या किस में आपका सोडियम है, किस में पोटेशियम है, ये मेडिकल व्यू पॉइंट है। हम ये कहते हैं वो चीज़ें खाइए जो सीजनल हैं, रीजनल हैं, लोकल हैं, और आपकी बॉडी के पास कैपेसिटी है टू प्रोड्यूस एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ एनीथिंग। अगर मेरी बॉडी को कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज़ की कमी है तो जो फूड मैं खा रही हूँ उससे वो बना सकता है, क्योंकि हर फूड में हर चीज़ है। आप अगर फ्रूट्स के सारे उसमें जाएंगे तो आपको उसमें दिखाई देगा कि फ्रूट्स में क्या क्या चीज़ है। प्रोटीन्स भी हैं फ्रूट्स में, वेजिटेबल्स में प्रोटीन्स हैं, लेकिन हमें ऐसा लगता है कि केवल एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स में प्रोटीन्स मिलता है, ऐसा नहीं है। सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन, इफ यू वांट टू रियली नो आयरन, तो वो आपको, आप गूगल करोगे ना, सारा निकल के आ जाएगा कि आयरन इसमें इसमें इसमें, राइट। लेकिन हमारे सिस्टम में हम ऐसे नहीं जाते, बिकॉज हमारे सिस्टम में हर एक चीज़ में हर एक कंपोनेंट है। किसमें ज़्यादा है क्या है वो आप गूगल से देख सकते हैं, बट दैट्स अ मेडिकल वे ऑफ knowing the things and all of that. But yeah, if you are interested, you can definitely look into that. बनानास में होता है, फिर आपका डेट्स में होता है, ऐसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं जिसमें कि आप ऐसे चीज़ें खा सकते हैं और आयरन उसमें होता है।
अच्छा मैडम, नॉन वेज के बारे में क्या बोलेंगे आप?
अब ये तो अगर वेरी ब्रीफली बोलना है तो हम ये बोलते हैं कि प्लांट बेस्ड ईटिंग इज अ बेस्ट ईटिंग, बट इफ समबडी इज हैविंग इट, दैट्स देयर पर्सनल चॉइस, देयर cultural choice. But it's only one thing that one should see to that whether your body is able to digest it or not. आपका body वो digest कर पा रहा है कि नहीं पा रहा है. And in nature cure, what we say is that something which you can't eat it without spices, without condiments, without this thing is not for the human body per se. तो अगर जैसे कार्निवोरस एनिमल होते हैं, वो हर्बीवोरस एनिमल को मारते हैं और खा जाते हैं, उसकी कुकिंग नहीं करते हैं, स्ट्रेट खाते हैं और स्वॉलो करते हैं, एंड उनका स्टमक भी बड़ा साइज का होता है, एंड वो एक बार वो खाने के बाद वो फिर जब तक उनका वो फूड डाइजेस्ट नहीं हो जाता वो कुछ और खाते नहीं है, रेस्ट करते हैं। वो शिकार भी नहीं करेंगे, सामने से अगर शेर के सामने डियर आएगा वो उसको जाके हार्म नहीं करेगा, वो डियर को भी पता होता है। लेकिन हमारे ह्यूमन बींग्स क्या करते हैं, उन्होंने रात में खाया या दोपहर में खाया फिर खाया, सुबह दोपहर में खाया फिर रात में भी खा रहे हैं, फिर बाद में भी खा रहे हैं, और उसमें खूब ऑयल डाल के खा रहे हैं। इतना ऑयल डाल लेते हैं तो बॉडी डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर सकती, देन बॉडी में फैट अक्यूमुलेट होना शुरू होता है, देन इट इज मोर कार्सिनोजिक, मीन्स टॉक्सिसिटी क्रिएट करता है बॉडी के अंदर। कार्निवोरस एनिमल जो एनिमल को मार के खा रहे हैं उनकी बॉडी में कोई टॉक्सिसिटी क्रिएट नहीं होती है, क्योंकि वो उसको रॉ खाते हैं। रॉ में क्या होता है, रॉ में जितने भी जर्म्स होते हैं, जितने भी वो जो मरने के बाद उसमें जो भी एक्ट अपॉन डिकम्पोजर्स काम करने लगते हैं, वो भी अंदर जाते हैं, जो कि उस पर काम करते हैं उसके ब्रेकिंग डाउन। पर हम क्या करते हैं, हम तो उसको कुक कर देते हैं, सारे उसमें जो भी उसमें माइक्रोब्स वगैरह होते हैं उसको तो सब मार देते हैं, हम उसको सब कुकिंग करके उसको स्टीम करके एवरीथिंग वी डू इट एंड देन वी ईट इट। There is nothing in that. It's only more calories that we eat. It's only a load of protein that we eat it. वो प्रोटीन जो कि हमारा बॉडी कई बार डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाता है, एंड देयरफॉर हम बहुत तरीके के हमारे डिजीजेस होते हैं। अगर प्रोटीन जो है फॉर्मेंट होता है बॉडी के अंदर, सड़ता है बॉडी में, उसके ज़्यादा नुकसान है देन कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के। तो इसलिए नेचर क्योर में हम ज़्यादा प्रमोट करते हैं फॉर कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स एंड लेस ऑफ प्रोटीन्स। प्रोटीन्स कैन बी टेकन बाय पीपल हु आर एथलीट्स, हु आर इनटू लॉट ऑफ बॉडी बिल्डिंग एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट, बट वी ऑलवेज recommend plant based proteins because that is the protein which body can understand, because our body is more capable to digest that kind of a proteins. So I think we are done with our session. I know that you might be having a lot of questions, so we can take it up whenever we have something like this happening. So I thank you all for your listening and making the session so
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I recommend all of you to practice whatever you can. Any step, no matter what small it is, it can create a difference in your life. So start doing that one single step in a day, just to have that change